Back on Sports Pit, time for big game breakdown. The Blue Jays and the Yankees. Blue Jays $1.55, 8.5 the total. LiveOddsSportsBookReview.com, by the way. Sanchez against Sessa. The Blue Jays only have a one-game lead in the division over the Red Sox, and it's down to 2 over the Orioles. And look at this. The Yankees are only 3.5 out of the wild card. Now, Toronto was wanted to rest Aaron Sanchez to keep the innings down. But at some point, let him go for it, Teddy. My God, this guy could win the Cy Young, and now you need him in September.
Yeah, 13-2 with a 2.88 ERA. He's got a chance in the American League. I personally think it's going to be Porcello, maybe Happ. And especially when you got two guys in the same team vying for the award, it's never good for either one of them. But, the Blue Jays gave Sanchez 11 days off, and he came back with a nice win at Baltimore, but maybe not as good at the bottom line. He allowed only one run, and that was unearned in 6 innings, but he had more walks, 3, than strikeouts, 2, and close to 19 pitches per inning, which is much higher than he's been in recent starts. So Sanchez, he's been dynamite all year. I'm not sure if he's at the top of his game right now, Paul, and that's obviously a concern for Toronto backers here.
Bad road trip so far. You cannot lose 2 out of 3 on the road against the Rays in September if you want to make the playoffs. And they lost yesterday. They were shut down. Joey Bats has been Joey Whip so far on this road trip, Teddy.
What's he, 7-29 on the road trip? He does have 1 home run out of those 7 hits, but he has 13 strikeouts in those 29 at-bats. Finally dropped to number 2 in the lineup yesterday. For Toronto to succeed, obviously, they need Batista to play like the superstar that he is.
All right, how surprised are you with this turnaround by the Yankees? So once they got rid of some guys, you think, okay, that's it. They trade Miller, they trade Chapman, A-Rod, get out of here. They hardly played Teixeira, and he was struggling to begin with. But you look at Sessa and Sanchez and Judge, and even Green gave them some good starts. How is this happening? How surprised are you that the Yankees are in this thing?
Modestly surprised. I'm not going to say completely surprised. What the Yankees have done is found a lot of guys that have been able to fill holes and fill them effectively. Look at Sessa. He's a prime example. Here's a guy that was thrown in the rotation in mid-August because they didn't really have a whole lot of options. So what does he do? 2-0 with an ERA of 3 in his first 3 starts, and the Yankees won the no decision. He's only walked 1 batter in each of the game, and some of it, I think, maybe more than some of it. Obviously Sanchez went nuts offensively, but the bullpen keeps getting it done. Hey, they dealt Miller. They dealt Chapman. We expected this bullpen to kind of come apart. It hasn't done. Since the All-Star break, okay, we're not talking full season. Since the All-Star break, the Yankees bullpen, number 2 in ERA at 2.89, number 3 in WAR, wins above replacement. That's getting it done, even without not 1, but 2 aces being dealt for future prospects. So let's give that bullpen credit. That's a big part of the Yankees' recent success.
Yes, a reminder, LiveOddsSportsBookReview.com for that big game later tonight. Market report. Let's start in the NFL. Giants on the road to take on the Cowboys. Teddy, the Romo injury. Do people believe in Prescott? They were 1-11 without Romo straight up last year. What are the markets doing here in this one?
Well, it was Dallas 3.5 all summer. The Cowboys are home favorites. It opened as high as 4, but it pretty much sat in the 3.5 range. Now we're talking about pick'em. There's even a Giants -1 at Bookmaker. And the total bet down from 49 to 46, and it looks like that money's going to keep coming on the under. So, the Giants in preseason looked like they didn't have a clue. And, of course, Dallas lost their quarterback, and the market's very concerned about how Dak Prescott is going to react to Steve Spagnuolo's blitzes. No surprise that we've seen that G-Men money. I think we'll see more between now and kickoff, in particular, more money on that under.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.